Do you recall the days when Michael Jordan's name was marketing gold and making anything he touched instantly sell out? Well, a new sensation is sweeping the sports world, and she just graduated from college. WNBA veterans are going crazy over Caitlin Clark's recent deal, but the truth is that Clark isn't just selling merchandise, she's packing arenas. In this video, we'll reveal Clark's historic Michael Jordan deal and explain why some WNBA players are gritting their teeth and sticking around because, at the end, we'll share Jordan's words of encouragement and reveal the basketball statistic that only his Royaless and Caitlin share. Are you ready to go?
Where he's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
Picture the player behind a basketball so unique that it sells out in a matter of minutes. That is the reality of Caitlin Clark's revolutionary collaboration with Wilson Sporting Goods. Let that sink in for a second. Wilson has made Clark the first female athlete to have her own signature basketball collection since Michael Jordan in the 1980s. This isn't just any endorsement deal, it's a game changer that is rocking the sports world. We're talking about a level of recognition and marketability that has only been reserved for the greatest of all time up until this point, but what really makes this deal amazing is the immediate impact. We're talking about tens of thousands of units that were gone in less than 40 minutes when Clark's limited edition basketballs hit the market. This type of product frenzy is typically reserved for the newest tech devices or exclusive sneaker drops, so what makes these basketballs so unique? Each one is an artwork created to honor Clark's remarkable college career photo. These gold and white balls with laser-engraved patterns that immortalize her most memorable moments, the threes-up ball, is a tribute to her deft shooting abilities. The crowd and her historic performances are honored by the record breaker. Maestro honors her capacity to electrify an arena, and she just collaborated with $15 billion chain High to release another collection.
Calling all Caitlin Clark fans, 2 new limited edition basketballs are now available at select Hy-Vee stores. The designs are part of the Inspire series that Clark is doing in partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods. The tribute ball pays homage to Clark's time with the Iowa women's basketball team, and the Dreamer ball is designed to encourage athletes to pursue their dreams. Both are available in sizes 3 and 6 at select Hy-Vee locations.
In the words of Amanda Lamb Wilson, head of global brand, Wilson chose Clark not only for her on-court prowess, but also because they saw a cultural icon in the making. Consider the relevance here. Caitlin Clark is not only a record-breaking athlete, but also a cultural icon who has had a significant influence on the sport. Wilson has been the NBA's official game ball supplier for many years, and in 2020, they acquired the WNBA contract. Now, they are placing a significant wager on Clark to represent their brand in women's basketball, which is a clear indication that the field of women's sports marketing is evolving and that Clark is leading the way. However, the deal's ripple effects extend well beyond just one player. Not only is Clark's collaboration with Wilson altering her professional path, but it is also shifting perceptions of what female athletes can do in the field of sports marketing, which is creating quite a stir in the WNBA locker rooms, as we will see shortly. When it comes to Caitlin Clark, the stats aren't just talking, they're yelling from the rooftops, as they say. Let's examine how one player is tripling viewership and what that means for women's basketball going forward. Imagine this arena filled to capacity, TV ratings skyrocketing, and a buzz about women's basketball that we have never seen before. Clark's influence on the WNBA is not just significant, it is record-breaking. We are talking about a star who is not just playing the game, but also altering how people watch it.
We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. 2 of them being Messi and Ronaldo.
What's up with Clark's games, which are averaging 1.8 million views, is not only impressive, but it's 3 times the typical WNBA viewership. For a moment, consider how one player is attracting 3 times as many viewers as the league. It's as if she has a magic remote control and is turning up the volume on women's basketball.
For Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. I mean, she's ahead of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is behind her on the list.
However, it goes beyond the numbers. Clark is drawing in fans who have never seen a WNBA game before by playing with an unmistakable style and energy. She isn't just scoring points. She is also producing highlight reels that people can't stop sharing. Don't take my word for it. Instead, pay attention to what the experts have to say. According to Mike Breen, the NBA's spokesperson, this isn't just flattery that places Clark in the company of basketball aristocracy, but this is where things start to get really interesting. Clark is now a commercial sensation in addition to being a basketball star. Powerhouse industry experts have named her the fourth most marketable athlete in the world, not just in women's basketball, not just in the WNBA, but in the entire world of sports. That's the kind of impact that changes games, changes leagues, and changes the whole landscape of sports marketing. So what's next with Clark leading the charge? We're about to see some major shifts in how the WNBA markets itself. We're talking new sponsorship deals, more prime time games, and a whole new level of mainstream attention for women's basketball. But hold on, because this story isn't all slam dunks and celebration. As Clark's star rises, not everyone in the league is cheering. Some WNBA veterans are watching this superstar sensation with gritted teeth and clenched fists. And that's where things start to get complicated. Picture this: a freshman taking the league by storm, breaking 62 records and captivating fans. Sounds like a dream come true for the WNBA, right? Well, not everyone's cheering from the sidelines as Caitlin Clark's star keeps rising. Some veteran players are feeling the heat, and not in a good way. Let's be real for a second. The WNBA has been fighting for respect and recognition for years. These players have put in the blood, sweat, and tears to build something special. Then along comes Clark, and suddenly it feels like she just broke all the rules for one simple reason: she's got game.
And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball. And oh, by the way, she was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they couldn't get chartered flights. That sister got there and it was done in 2 weeks. That's who Caitlin Clark is.
Now, it's not just a few arguments here and there. During games, some players are pursuing Clark with an intensity that surpasses typical competition. It's as if they're trying to convey that, even though you might be the new kid on the block, this is our house.
They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they gotta be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they gotta be drama because they're jealous.
But why all this tension? Well, it's tricky. On the one hand, there are WNBA veterans who have been working for years with little recognition, and on the other hand, there are Clark's enormous endorsement deals and immediate fame. This is causing a split that's difficult to ignore. Charles Barkley may be harsh in his remarks, but they hit on a reality that some people find difficult to accept. Clark's success is drawing attention to some long-standing problems in the league, such as pay inequality, marketing opportunities, and the competition for public recognition. Although Clark received a meager $76,500 for her rookie season, she earned almost $11 million for the entire year, mostly from sponsorships. This kind of disparity is sure to cause some conflict.
So she spoke out against that. She got people paid. She got better travel arrangements. She increased the ratings and the revenue, which obviously the WNBA benefited exponentially because now you got a $200 million deal. All of these things being considered, you damn right. It is appropriate that she got Athlete of the Year. She is special, and she's coming.
What does this mean for the WNBA, which is at a turning point? Significant changes could be sparked by Clark's influence. Greater pay, more endorsements, and a more favorable everyone will be in the spotlight. But for that to occur, the league must figure out how to heal the escalating rift while this drama plays out. The WNBA is undoubtedly entering uncharted territory. The question now is whether they will use this opportunity to unite and elevate the league as a whole, or if the tension will continue to rise. But don't worry, because this story is far from over. As the debate continues, One voice is set to rise above the rest, and it comes from the most unexpected source. Just when you thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, a legend enters the spotlight. Michael Jordan rarely makes remarks on current players, but his recent remarks regarding Caitlin Clark shocked the basketball community. What might he have said to get NBA and WNBA stars to pay attention?
What if I told you a WNBA rookie was out here doing what no one thought was possible and outshining the great Michael Jordan's legacy? How would you react? Caitlin Clark is the girl flipping the script. Her rookie numbers are ridiculous. Fans, analysts, and even Michael Jordan stans are shook.
Let us dissect it. The greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, gave Clark his blessing. He didn't merely say it's good job, but went above and beyond to say how happy and fortunate he was to see young children dribbling Clark's signature ball the way they used to do with his. That's more than just praise, it's a passing of the torch, but this is where things get really interesting. Jordan didn't stop there. He urged the WNBA to acknowledge Clark's accomplishments, stating that the league owes her a great deal for her services to the game. Jordan's statement is not merely a recommendation, it's a game changer. When Jordan sees those traits in Clark, it's like he's seeing a kindred spirit. Jordan's statements have weight because he's been there and understands what it's like to alter the game to attract new fans and get people enthusiastic about basketball. Let's discuss why this is so important for women's basketball. When players like Jordan support a WNBA phenomenon, it bridges the gap between men's and women's games and says, this isn't just great women's basketball, this is great basketball. But wait. Are you ready for this? Caitlin Clark and Michael Jordan are the only two rookies in NBA and WNBA history to average at least 18 points per game. Let that sink in for a second. In the playoffs, she averaged 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 steals per game. This is a level of all-around dominance that hasn't been witnessed since, well, Michael Jordan himself. With legends like Jordan weighing in and statistics that she has duplicated in the women's game, what does this leave? Caitlin Clark, as the controversy about her influence and future continues, the basketball world is undoubtedly watching, and they're not just witnessing a fantastic female player, they're witnessing a potentially game-changing force in women's sports marketing. Her influence extends far beyond the court, upending how brands view and value female athletes. We're witnessing a seismic shift, with Clark at the epicenter, but the real question is how high she can soar. Will she become the Michael Jordan of women's basketball, transcending the sport and becoming a global icon? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The basketball world is watching, and Caitlin Clark is just getting started. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments.